Class 12th, Subject Physics, 16th chapter, Semiconductor Devices. From the chapter, let us see one of the configuration of the transistor, that is common emitter, in short CE configuration. So common emitter configuration, that is how any transistor is connected in common emitter mode and how it will work, that we will have to study in this point. For that purpose, let us consider a NPN transistor having emitter, base and collector. Then between base and emitter, the proper biasing phi BE is provided along with the alternating supply, which provides the input voltage phi I. Then between collector and emitter, the proper biasing phi CE is provided and a load resistance RL is connected between collector and emitter, across which the output voltage phi out is obtained. Base to emitter junction is forward bias and collector to emitter junction is reverse bias. So for proper biasing, these two sources phi BE and phi CE are used here, such that the common emitter configuration we will get, and in which the input signal is applied between the base and the emitter, while output is obtained between the collector and the emitter. Now in this type of configuration, the current flowing out of the transistor must be equal to the currents flowing into the transistor. So if you consider the currents, then the emitter current IE is flowing out of the transistor, while base current IB and the collector current IC are flowing into the transistor, and therefore we can say that for this common emitter configuration, current flowing out of the transistor IE must be equal to sum of the currents entering the transistor, that is IC plus IB, and therefore we can write IE is equal to IC plus IB. IE is equal to IC plus IB, that will be the total current IE. Now as the load resistance RL is connected in series with the collector, that is between emitter and the collector, the current gain of common emitter configuration is large. The current gain is large. Then the current gain is also called as the current amplification factor, and it is given as the current amplification factor or the current gain are beta DC equal to ratio of collector current and base current, that is IC upon IB, and the second current gain, that is alpha DC, similarly will be given as, that is collector current and emitter current. If you consider, then the another current gain we will get, that is alpha DC, is the ratio of collector current to emitter current, that is IC upon IE. So in this way, the current gain or the current amplification factors will be beta DC equal to IC upon IB and alpha DC equal to IC upon IE. Now the ratios alpha DC and beta DC are related with each other. From this relation we can write IC equal to beta DC into IB, as well as IC equal to alpha DC into IE, and therefore we will get the collector current IC equal to beta DC into IB, that will be equal to alpha DC into IE. So from this relation we can write alpha DC equal to beta DC IB upon IE, and therefore alpha DC equal to beta DC IB upon IE. But we know that IE is equal to IC plus IB, and therefore we can write beta DC IB upon IC plus IB. But from above equation, IC is equal to beta DC IB, and therefore in place of this IC we can write beta DC IB, and hence we will get alpha DC equal to beta DC IB upon beta DC IB plus IB. That will be equal to beta DC IB upon IB will be taken common, and therefore IB into beta DC plus 1 we will get. So IB will get cancelled, and therefore we will get alpha DC equal to beta DC upon beta DC plus 1. So this will be the value of alpha DC. Similarly, beta DC we will get by solving again above equations. We will get beta DC equal to alpha DC upon alpha DC minus 1, alpha DC upon alpha DC minus 1, that will be the value of beta DC. So in this way the two current gains, that is alpha DC and beta DC, will be given. Now let us see the next point, that will be common emitter, that is CE characteristics. So characteristics of this common emitter configuration we will have to study. For this purpose, again let us consider a NPN transistor. So this will be the NPN transistor. Again it will be properly biased. Here this will be the base current. It will be measured with the help of this microammeter. Then this will be the emitter current. Here there will be collector current, which will be measured with the help of this microammeter. Then the input voltage between base and emitter will be measured with the help of this voltmeter, which measures VBE. Then proper biasing between base and emitter will be provided with the help of this source VBE. Similarly, the output voltage VCE will be measured with the help of this voltmeter, and again proper biasing will be provided at the output with the help of this VCE, and this will represent the load resistance RL. So this will be the circuit diagram in order to study the common emitter characteristics. So if you consider the characteristics in case of this common emitter mode, there are two types of characteristics that we will have to study, and these are input characteristics and output characteristics. Now in this diagram, if you consider the graph of base current IB against the input voltage VBE. So if we plot the graph of base current IB against the input voltage VBE, then at that time this VCE will be kept constant, that is output voltage between collector and emitter will be kept constant and the variation of IB against phi BE is now steady, and therefore we can say that the variation of base current IB with the base emitter voltage phi BE keeping collector emitter voltage phi CE fixed or constant, it is called as input characteristics. So the nature of the input characteristics in case of this common emitter mode is as shown. Then if you consider this input characteristics, then from this it is clear that when the voltage phi BE is greater than the barrier potential of so if you consider when the voltage phi BE is greater than the barrier potential, then the characteristics are similar to that of forward biased PN junction diode. So if you consider these characteristics, then the nature of the graph is similar to that of the characteristics of a PN junction diode which is forward bias. That is, for small voltages the current will be nearly equal to 0. After a particular voltage there will be increase in current, and after that there will be sudden increase in the current. So this graph represents the input characteristics of the common emitter configuration. That means here phi BE must be greater than the barrier potential. Then the input dynamic resistance Ri, of the transistor is defined as the ratio of change in base emitter voltage to the change in base current at constant collector base voltage. The input dynamic resistance Ri of a transistor is defined as the ratio of change in base emitter voltage to the change in base current at constant collector base voltage. That is, the input dynamic resistance Ri will be given as input dynamic resistance Ri is equal to delta phi BE, that is change in this potential difference between base and emitter, to the delta IB, that is change in base current when phi CE is equal to constant. So this formula will represent the input dynamic resistance. So this will be regarding the input characteristics of this common emitter configuration. Now let us see the output characteristics. So second one will be the output characteristics of the common emitter configuration. In this case, the collector current IC will be plotted against phi CE, that is output voltage, and therefore at that time the base current IB will be kept constant, so that for different values of base current the nature of the graph is as shown. So in this case we can say that the variation of the collector current IC with the collector emitter voltage phi CE when the base current IB is kept constant is called as output characteristics. So to study the output characteristics, we have to plot the graph of the change in or variation in the collector current IC with collector emitter voltage phi CE when base current IB is kept constant, so that the nature of the graph is as shown. So this graph will represent the output characteristics of the common emitter configuration. Now from these characteristics it is clear that the collector current IC is large for large values of the base current. So as the value of base current increases, this value of base currents are increased, at that time the collector current will be maximum, and therefore to have maximum collector current the base current must be large. Now in this case again, the output dynamic resistance RO of a transistor is defined as the ratio of the change in the collector emitter voltage VCE to the change in the collector current IC for constant base current IB is called as the output dynamic resistance. So in case of output dynamic resistance, we will consider RO as the ratio of the change in the collector emitter voltage VCE to the change in collector current IC at constant base current, and therefore this output dynamic resistance, the output dynamic resistance RO will be equal to delta VCE divided by delta IC when IB is kept constant. So this formula will represent the output dynamic resistance. So this will be regarding the input and output characteristics of the common emitter configuration.